So I need to play nicely and not try and turn it into something that it's not designed to be. I don't really want to look like a cupcake, so, which I sort of feel I end up looking like. So, hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some products that I bought from a Chanel boutique yesterday. It's the Chanel Camélia Futura Collection 2025. A lovely blush, some great eyeshadows, and a very interesting lip gloss as well. So please watch on. So let's start with the blush, which is 3 shades, soft pink, coral pink and apricot, and you'll see me apply it 3 times just to see whether it's going to be appropriate for your particular skin tone. These are talc free, and the powder that Chanel says melts on the skin. It's very fine and silky in texture, and I have to say these always swatch badly on the hand, but it's by no means indicative of what's going to happen once you put it with a brush on the face. They apply really nicely once you've actually put them on the face. The palette itself is embossed with a camellia. It's £60. You get 8.5 grams of product, which actually compares really well with other powder blushes. For example, the Nars powder blush, you get 4.8 grams. The Chanel cream to powder, you get 8 grams. And the Armani powder blush, you get 3.6 grams. And also the YSL New blush, the Make Me Blush, the new palettes, they come out at 6 grams. It's fragranced with I would say a very light floral fragrance that's not really detectable. However, if you're sensitive, and you need to know that it has got fragrance in. It's made in France, it's got an 18-month shelf life, and as I said, you're getting 3 colours, which, as you can see, I've shown now at their most profound. So next up we have Utopia, which is the multi-effect quadra eyeshadow. Embossed again with a camellia. You get 2 grams of product, which is quite stingy compared with some of the competitors, but we'll talk about that later. Made in Italy, 18-month shelf life, and retails at £60. The camellia is arranged with a futuristic angle, and the shades are classed as being avant-garde shades. They are in tender pink and they're delicate peach, and they evoke hues of camellia petals and reflecting the iridescent shimmer of a fantastical future. So if we look at the shades now as I swatch them, I start with the satin bluish pink swatched there, and next up we've got the white satin pink, which again is quite a soft colour, and then this wonderful blue purple duochrome, which is really lovely. It's like a topper shade, and then the satin taupe, which is great for emphasising the eye and outlining the crease. And as you can see, in terms of the colour story, it's very much a soft pinky peach colour story that blends beautifully actually with the blush tone. But you can see there is an iridescence there. It's not deeply pigmented, but there is a soft iridescence and a nice sheen there as well, which is really rather lovely. In terms of the amount of product that you get, I just want to put a little footnote really, as it were. As I said, you get 2 grams of product, which really is very little. I'm just comparing it to the Charlotte Tilbury quads, where you get 6 grams, the Tom Ford quad that I've actually recently reviewed, which is the cream to powder finish, you get 5.2 grams, and the Dior Quince, we get 7 grams. So they just compare badly in terms of value for money. That may or may not be important to you, but it is important to note that you're not getting a lot of product. So if you love them, you better be quick and get a second one, because they are limited edition. And as we know with Chanel, once it's gone, it's gone. They mean what they say. So just be aware of that and be forewarned. And finally, we've got Rouge Coco Flash, £42 in the shade Rosa, which, as you can see, is a really lovely pink with lilac blue iridescence. I have to say, it doesn't swatch very well at all, and initially I was really disappointed. I am now head over heels in love with this colour. I'm wearing it at the moment, and I just find it fantastic, and it's going to be brilliant for spring and summer. Let me know what you think. What do you think? Do you like it? Would you buy it? Do let me know in the comments down below, and also please give me a thumbs up and do subscribe if you're enjoying this video. The other colour that's available is a peach. They call it a sheer peach with a pearlescent shimmer. When I swatched it, I was disappointed, so I didn't buy it. But actually now I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should give it another go, because this one just exceeds expectations once it's on the lip. I'm really pleased with it. I think I will try and give the peach another go. I'm wearing the blush, as you can see, which is I really like actually. It's nice and subtle, nice and peachy pink and easy to wear. I've lined my lips with Lisa Eldridge in Muse, and I've put Rosa on top, and I have to say I do really like it. I mean, I like this formula anyway, but onto the eyeshadows. I'm going to go in with the taupey shade first, this one here, and just go in the crease, and let's have a look, because all I've done is I've put a new eyeshadow primer on that I'm just using for the first time actually, which is the Pat McGrath. So that's all I've got on my eyes so far, and I'm just putting this in the crease, and actually I am surprised that it's showing up, because I didn't think it would show up enough. I thought I might have to deepen it with something else from another palette, but actually it's subtle, but it's there. I think that's enough for me to feel I'm getting the pigment. These aren't terribly pigmented, as I've said. It's Chanel, it's subtle. It's for the customer who wants something subtle and classy and not too dramatic. That's not necessarily where the eyeshadows that I love day to day. However, as I said, I really wanted to give these a go because I really loved the colour story. I thought it was lovely. It's not that it was a particularly original colour story, it was just fresh and lovely, and I appreciated the fact that it wasn't too pastel-y with pastel blues and pastel greens, which I don't really want to look like a cupcake, which I sort of feel I end up looking like. I don't really like that look on me. I like it on other people, I just don't like it on me. I'm probably being more heavy-handed than Chanel would probably like me to be, but there you go. They're not in the room. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the pink satin, this satiny, yeah, it's a satiny pink shade, and put that on the lid. So these are the two satin shades. It's not groundbreaking stuff, but it is nice. It's nice and subtle and easy to wear. No fallout. I haven't put my concealer on. That's what it's like so far. Let's put a little bit of the sparkling white in the corner. This one here, not showing up. Let's see. What am I using? I'm using Refa 3. It's quite pointy and it should be able to, it does get in there. It's just the colour isn't really showing up. Not really. Not the way it should. Now, I could put a little bit of actually the only setting spray that I can use around my eyes without my eczema flaring up. So I could do that. I could use a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. So this is what it's like without the setting spray. And I'll go away and I'll put some on my brush and we'll apply some with the setting spray and see if it makes a difference. So I've just sprayed some of the setting spray on here and let's give it another go. A bit better. I think it's fair to say that one doesn't go to Chanel for a very pigmented experience. One comes to Chanel for subtlety. So I need to play nicely and not try and turn it into something that it's not designed to be. I'm going to put a little bit more of this lovely peach satin, and then I'll go in with the Topper Multichrome. I'm just going to do it with my finger actually. It's this one here. That's nice. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go off and put some mascara on and I'll be back. So this is the finished look. I just added some black mascara, that's all. I would love to know what you think. Please comment down below and let me know. Are you a Chanel Beauty user? Do you love the eyeshadows? Is a subtle eyeshadow more up your street than something that's more shimmery, more iridescent and maybe more pigmented? What do you think? And what do you think of this story? Is it something that you've bought, or is it something that you're thinking of purchasing? Or indeed, what do you think of the look that I've done today? Is it something that you find particularly attractive? For me, I think I'm definitely going to use the blusher. And in fact, the thing that does occur to me is because we get these three shades, I would use the blusher as a blusher, and then I will definitely pick out with an eyeshadow brush the apricot shade and try and put that on my eyelid with a little bit of the middle shade, which is the coral pink, just as a monochromatic look, which I do really like and I find a very easy look. I have to say also, for travel and for work, it's going to be very useful for me just to have this plus some mascara and the lip gloss in my bag. That's going to be a very easy look. In terms of the eyeshadow, I will wear them. Now that I've got them, I will wear them. But in a way, there's two things. One is they are as subtle as I expected. I think the bit that I'm pleasantly surprised by is the iridescent topper actually had more punch than I thought it would on just because the skin around my eyes is quite dark. And that has shown up more. Whether there's longevity in that, time will tell, because it does tend to be that my eyes do fade with these slightly less pigmented shades. And I will put a comment to let you know how it lasted throughout the day and whether I got a good working day out of it. But these are my thoughts. I'm glad I bought all 3 items. I'm glad I've tried them. It's made me think, okay, if Chanel comes out with something else where there's a colour story that I'm interested in, I think I probably won't pause quite as long as I did on these ones, because actually I can see with the right colour story, I can have a palette and some makeup that I can get excited about. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was fun. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.